going on, everybody? How y'all doing? Good morning. Welcome back to Not So Pro Fantasy Football Talk. I really need Ingram to score a touchdown right now, and I hope he does. I'm a little bit behind of Reed, so I'm trying not to look at Reed's reactions here.
Okay.
But we're here for some last minute fantasy football advice, right? So we got a lot of news this morning. Doubtful seems to be out for people like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs. Now Saquon Barkley is trending to be out. So what do we do? How do we upgrade our team in order for us to have a fair chance? Liam, what is going on? He puts the little goat emoji. Hey man, we're trying out here. But let's see what happens. It's early game. Honestly, I totally forgot that this game was going to be early. It's a back-to-back
Did
London
too.
games.
Yeah.
But I'm just glad it's on NFL Network and not on ESPN Plus again, where it's just like you have to have so many descriptions everywhere in order just to watch one game. But Reed,
Yep.
how are you feeling about your fantasy teams today? Are you worried about anyone? I'm we're live, Reed. We are live,
Strip
sir.
sack fumble. Bills have the ball. Oh my god, that was crazy. All right. What was the question, AJ? Sorry.
We'll answer Liam's question right
All
here.
right.
Liam says, "Can you give me more reasoning on Breida over Wilson?" Yeah, sure thing. So like I said, Wilson before this last game, he was averaging what 2 targets a game. That's just something I really don't like. I just don't like the risk there. What's the probability of him having 6 targets this upcoming game? When you look over to Breida, yes, we do feel like he is going to be playing from behind. But something about Breida is that he's going to automatically get the touches, right? He's automatically going to get some carries with the ball. So if we look at Breida's stats for the past 2 games with Saquon Barkley out, and remember, this is only if Saquon Barkley is out. Week 3, he had 4 rushing attempts and 3 targets. Not the greatest, right? But week 4 against Seattle, he had 14 rushing attempts and 5 targets. So he's increasing dramatically, which week 3, he did split the backfield just a little bit. But I do like how Breida will be the running back 1 if Barkley is out. And that's why I like it. Over there in Arizona, I just don't like the target share. I don't like this to say, oh, if he gets 6 targets, Wilson will be good. Right? I don't like doing that. I like to be safe. I like to be consistent.
I like it.
Avery Yee says DK and Pacheco for Pollard. I if you're getting Pollard, I like it. If it's an okay, how do I say this, right? Pacheco is a very unique individual to have on fantasy football, right? If you're in a PPR league, Pacheco ain't that great of a pickup. Right now, DK's pretty mid. At best, he's probably like a flex position. Pollard, I like him a lot, and people are selling him like hotcakes, right? They're selling him very low because they're not impressed with his production. But what I do like about Pollard, if you saw our last buy low video, this is what I like about him. He gets the attempts. He gets the red. I think he's 4th right in the league for red zone attempts. And that's insane. That's really good. That's a lot of opportunity. And after this week, after tonight, where he's playing against the best defense in the league, the best defense ever to walk this earth, the San Francisco 49ers, then he might even be cheaper going forward. And of course, that's completely biased, right? But I definitely like having Pollard on your team in place of DK Metcalf and Pacheco. You're always trying to improve your team, always trying to get elite players. Are we seeing eye to eye here, Reed?
I would also do the trade if I was the one getting Pollard. I think that's an upgrade. I always like packaging 2-for-1 for like a superstar type of player.
Nice. Liam says, should I play Olave or Jacoby Myers? I have Devontae on my team, but not sure if he'll play or not. Can we really afford to sit out Olave? I know he completely pissed the bed last week. He had one reception last week, while Alvin Kamara had 13. But for me, I feel like that stat is a little bit off because we did see Derek Carr, coming a little bit too early, in my opinion, with an injury. Couldn't get the ball downfield. You could see how uneasy he was on the field. So I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. I say you kind of have to start Olave. I have Olave as a buy low type of player right now. I do like Jacoby Myers, but his production solely relies on Jimmy G. Now, Jimmy G is questionable to start this game. He's going to be somewhat of a game time decision now because, no one's really talking about him and that team's not really giving much updates. But over here, I think I'd have to force myself to start Olave over Jacoby's. I think this is a good scenario though. But what do you think here, Reed?
Yeah, I think in my opinion, it's very, very close. It's probably up to a coin flip of where just how the day goes. Olave, I think he will be back. I think it was the last week was just a hopefully a fluke where Derek Carr was just not doing well off his injury. From what I've heard from his injury, is that he's feeling much better. It's not 100%, but he's feeling much better than a week ago. So I definitely think Olave should have a better game this week. Jacoby Myers, I also think he's going to have a very good game against the Packers. But I'm going to lean more towards Olave though.
Nice, nice. I'm the same way. I'm the same way. What's going on, Frank? I love you too, man. Thanks for joining us live here. Brandon says, yes, sir. We are on. Brandon's also asking, should he start Kittle or Dalton Schultz today? Now, man, this is tough because every fantasy year I say, hey, be wary of George Kittle. George Kittle is an all-around tight end, and people tend to forget what an all-around tight end is, right? What their main objective is, and that's he's the assist guy, right? If you look at everyone looks at Kelsey, Mark Andrews, Sam Laporta. Oh man, those are awesome tight ends because hey, they're kind of more like receivers, big body wide receivers. George Kittle, he could do that. He could do that at any level, even at Kelsey's level. But what he's known for is his blocking scheme. If you look at the 49ers, they are a run offense. So Kittle is more valuable in the blocking game, in the screen game, in the assist game, more than being a wide receiver, tight end type player. Now, I will say I do feel like Kittle will have a big game today. Um, this is tough because everyone's expecting the Sunday night game, the Niners and the Cowboys, to be a freaking dogfight, right? And I do agree. It is going to be a good game statistically, right? Both defenses really good, both offenses really good. And in order for the Niners to win the game, they're not going to have to rely on the run game. They're going to have to air out the ball, which I completely trust Brock Purdy, but there are a lot of mouths to feed over there. Going on the other side, you look at Dalton Schultz, right? You look at the Houston Texans. They're going up against the Atlanta Falcons. Now, Schultz is averaging, what is it, about 3 or 4 targets a game, which is not too great, but George Kittle isn't that great as far as targets either. So I don't know. If you want to play it safe, like I said, I don't know if there's no safe option here. I'm going to go for the home run hitter. This could be biased. You could call me out, but I'm going to go George Kittle here just because I think it's going to be a big game.
I agree with your analysis, AJ. Schultz, I think, is maybe the safer bet. Hey, you're going to get your 5-6 points. Kittle, he may have 2 or 3, but also he may have that 20-point game that we know he is capable of doing in the season. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. But I will go Kittle here, Brandon. Big Money Joe says AJ better have worn his Niner jersey for his pictures yesterday. I hope so. He did too, man. We'll bring up this comment again when he comes back. I think he got called away by the fiance. So Liam says the Bills baited me. They drafted Kincaid in the first round just to have him split snaps. Hey man, he's a rookie. At the end of the day, he's a rookie that is. Okay. I see why AJ had to walk away. He's getting his jersey. So did
It's
you
game
wear?
day.
Did you wear your Niner jersey for your pictures yesterday, AJ?
They made me take it off, but I did sneak in my 49ers lanyard that I had hanging out. So I got in trouble for it because now they have to Photoshop it out. But hey, who's paying who here, right?
Yeah.
But
all right, back to Liam's comment. He said they drafted Kincaid in the first round just for having him split snaps. He's a rookie, man. That's how rookies work. Very rarely do you ever see them just come out week 1, week 2, week 3, and be the bell cow. They just weren't in the spot for him to be that guy. So I definitely think down the stretch, you'll see more and more targets for Kincaid. I think the Bills think, I think all the fans think that he's a special talent. He'll eventually get his points.
for sure. I mean, look at Jahmyr Gibbs, right? He's a first-round talent, and you see it on the field. I know he's going through an injury today, but they can't just rush a rookie out there. They're going to split reps. Like I said, towards the back half of the season, I definitely see Kincaid taking on more of the reps. But it's unfortunate. You're going to see Dawson Knox probably not be with the team next year. That's just how it is. Because Kincaid is good. I mean, he's producing. He's good.
Yeah.
Big Money says, going to be a 49ers blowout. Kittle will be unleashed. I mean, that's really how it is. As a 49ers fan, yourself as well, Joe, you see this trend, right? Whenever it's a tough sledding game, the guy who gets involved, who is the difference maker, is George Kittle, right? So whenever it's a tough divisional or non-divisional, but a close, tight game, George Kittle has to be unleashed. You have to unlock the cage and be, hey, we're gonna have to go out there and be the best tight end that this world has ever seen. And that's basically what happened. That's why I'm putting my money on George Kittle today. But I really hope you're right. 24-9, San Francisco. I think it's gonna come down to how well Dak Prescott plays, and I don't have any faith in Dak Prescott. John says Michael Wilson or Wandale Robinson. Oh, I don't like these guys. I don't like the scenario that you're in. Wandale, I don't really trust anyone out there for I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. Out there for New York. I do believe he's talking about Wandale, the rookie from last year. But
Mhm.
there was a trend going on him that I'm trying to find. Here it is. The trend was that he is starting to get targets, right? He missed the first 2 games. He had 5 targets week 3 against San Francisco and 4 targets week 4 against Seattle. Now he's going up against Miami. Now, the good upside that I see here is that playing Miami, you're going to be down. You're going to be down freaking ocean wave of points, right? So you're gonna have to pass the ball very heavily to try to come back. Now, this is what I don't trust about that offense. I would say Robinson, no hesitation, but I'm gonna say Daniel Jones is the factor there, right? He's the Achilles heel. He's the guy who you're gonna be like, F this dude. These guys got it wrong. But in reality, it's going to be on the quarterback. I'd still go Robinson here. I don't like Wilson. I've been trying to stray away from Wilson all week long. What do you think here, Reed?
I don't like betting on anything other than the running game for the Giants. I'm going to have to go Michael Wilson.
All right, there you go, split. So hopefully, this somewhat helped you out. You could make a decision out here, but I think they're going to be producing the very similarly to one another. I just like to see more consistency when it comes to targets. I mean, 2 games averaging 6.5 targets for Robinson. I'll take it over averaging 4 targets out of 4 games. But going forward, Brandon Rogers says, what's the giveaway? So if you guys haven't heard yet, NSP here on this channel, we are doing a huge giveaway that will be announced Monday. I will tell you what it is. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is because we don't know yet. It's in the mail right now. But just a thank you for allowing us to hit 500 subscribers. So if you guys haven't yet, hit that subscribe button. It helps out tremendously. We are halfway towards our goal to hitting 1,000 subscribers on Facebook. Sorry, here on YouTube. But on Monday, we will announce what we will be giving away, which would either be a autographed jersey, an autographed mini helmet, or an autographed football of a current NFL player that's playing right now. So yeah, go check it out. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do a lot of these giveaways, and honestly, we're such a small channel for giving away this kind of stuff. But Avery Yee says the guy sent a counter offer. Now it's now Pollard and Zay Flowers for DK Pacheco and Garrett Wilson. Is this too much? Um, I know Garrett Wilson. He's kind of been trending towards the up and up ever since that last game. I'm still not gonna like fall in love, right? You don't fall in love with the first girl that says I love you. But he is still being kind of consistent. He's the only kind of consistent guy on that offense. I do like Zay Flowers. I do believe he's the wide receiver one for that team. But having Pollard and Zay Flowers is not bad. Through my eyes, you are giving up a little too much. You're giving up depth now, right? So now someone gets injured, someone's on a bye week, you're kind of stuck. Well, this guy, he's like, okay, I need depth. I need guys who could consistently get me 10 plus points a game. These are my guys. I feel like that is just a little bit too much. I do feel like Pollard's worth it, but that's a little too much, in my opinion. What do you think here, Reed?
I kind of want to know your full roster. You may have told us yesterday what your full roster, Avery, was, but I can't fully remember. Us knowing your full roster always helps us give a better idea because, hey, if you're giving away too much depth for like, hey, you don't got any more wide receivers after DK and Garrett Wilson, I just don't know. That helps us better understand the situation. But if you do have players to be able to replace that much depth, then I think you should go for this trade. I'm okay with it.
Hey, quick question for Avery. based off your profile picture, are you the one who joined the Discord by the name Baki? I'm just going off your profile picture. I'm assuming here, right?
Okay.
I mean, I always try to connect the two, right? So if so, I could help you out with your comment. Liam Backus says, "What are you guys' thoughts on Jonathan Taylor's contract extension yesterday? Wasn't expecting him to sign with the Colts again, let alone for 3 years. Hey, well, first off, congratulations to him, right? Good for him. He got his money. I think he's worth that money. Reed, on the other hand, kind of went off a little rant, right? So, Reed, you want to repeat what you said
So
yesterday?
so I'm just not a fan of people acting like babies like this. Where he showed up to at the beginning of the off season, he said, "Hey, I'm cool with my contract. I'm gonna continue to play it out." And then once training camp starts, then he decides to throw a little pissy fit once he got a new agent and said, "Oh, I'm just gonna wear my hood on at practice. I'm not gonna like participate in things. Then
You're reaching.
I'm gonna say I'm not gonna." I'm gonna ask for a trade. I'm gonna say I'm injured. I can't play right
Oh my
now.
gosh, Reed,
AJ, like, come on, like,
Reed,
I don't think he's a good team player. And now that he's finally been awarded a contract, now he's a good boy. Whatever. I'm thinking
dude,
about the Nets team.
you're
Let's
out
not
of
talk about
pocket
it.
right now.
Listen. In my opinion, there's so many running backs that I've seen that have gotten the big contracts and then just sputter out. In my opinion, this is what it is. All right. I think we've seen the heights of Jonathan Taylor 2 years ago. We had that incredible season with the Colts. We saw him get
Jeez.
injury prone last year and not live up to the hype last year. And then again, this year, because he threw a little pissy fit,
Oh
he's been
my
out for
gosh.
his teammates for the past 4 weeks. I don't think he's a good guy. I don't like the contract. In my opinion, this is going to be a flop.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot, Reed. But I mean, I'm not going to start throwing darts, but I mean, it kind of reminds me similarly of like Aaron Rodgers and what he used to do and stuff like that. But you defended him then. But we're going to jump
Aaron
around here
Rodgers,
in
different
questions.
level of player. A different level of player.
I think Jonathan Taylor's up there. I like Jonathan Taylor. I think he's a stud
I mean, you're talking about a guy who already had 3 MVPs before all the
because only
drama.
quarterbacks
So
get MVPs.
different.
No, only
Yes,
quarterbacks get MVPs.
it's
You
different.
no, okay.
Has won a Super Bowl.
Look at it.
All
All
right,
right.
let's keep going.
Avery Yee says, "No, I haven't joined the Discord. What is it? It is a app, right? You could have on your computer or phone, where a lot of our subscribers are at. So if you want any outside help or just want to talk about football, we have a great community out there. Or if you have any fantasy questions, we'll jump in. We'll answer them anytime of day or night. So a lot of our community is down there already. The link is in the description. Thank you, Liam, for letting him know. But feel free to join. It's absolutely free. It's just like a community way to talk with one another." Big Money Joe says, "I think Rush would do better than Dax." I think he's beating Dak. For sure. At this point, I think Trey Lance would do better than Dak. But I mean, I'm not confident in him whatsoever. Every time I talk to a Cowboys fan, they just seem to continue to make excuses for him, show why he's not doing good. Oh, it's because CeeDee Lamb this. I'm like, what do you mean CeeDee Lamb? CeeDee Lamb's doing good. Oh, it's because the offensive line. What do you mean the offensive line? You guys invested heavily on the offensive line. There's always excuses for Dak Prescott, and then no one can ever just admit that, like, hey, he's not as good as he once was, right? He's just not there. He's not a smart quarterback. Avery says, "I have Josh Allen, CMC, CD Lamb, Amari Cooper, Cortland Sutton, Brian Robinson, Tyler Lockett, and Zay Jones." So going back to what he said, what do you think now, Reed?
I'm okay with them making that trade. Yes,
You're okay with him making that trade?
yeah, because you still have Amari Cooper, you have C.D. Lamb, you have Tyler Lockett, and he was giving
He was giving away Garrett.
DK, Pacheco, and Garrett.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. I say make the trade. In my
I
opinion.
haven't CMC and Tony Pollard. That's going to be an extremely awesome
That's,
backfield. Yeah.
yeah.
So I like it. Not too bad. But going forward, we do have some injuries, Reed. We do have some major injuries. So let's talk about the biggest, the elephant in the room, right? Let's talk about Amon-Ra St. Brown. So he is doubtful to play, and also Jahmyr Gibbs, because everyone's saying, oh, Amon-Ra is gone. Jahmyr Gibbs should be able to feed it a little bit more just because he is a pass-catching running back. Now, what does this mean that both these guys are going to be out? Does this mean Sam Laporta is going to go out there and have himself a day? Does this mean that we go out there, pick up Jamison Williams? That we go out there, we pick up Josh Reynolds? Because we did get a snap count for Jamison Williams, right? They're estimating about 20 snaps for him.
20 snaps. I don't know where he was able to get that information, and I've never seen like a snap count like what's it, like a news break. That's very I'm very confused about that one. But yeah, 20 snaps for Jameson Williams.
All right, so I would definitely probably go look to see if Josh Reynolds is available. More than likely, he is. I would have picked him up on 2 of the 5 of them leagues that I'm in, but it's just like, who do I drop? Right? Do I drop Joe Burrow? Do I really want to do that? Do I take that risk? Do I drop Jacoby Myers? I don't want to drop Jacoby Myers. Remember, this is for one game, okay? Because after this week, well, we don't know the full extent on Amon-Ra's injury. There are rumors that he does have a herniated disc, so he might have to get some surgery that could put him out for 2 to 3 weeks. I mean, we'll see what happens, but for sure, if you have an opportunity, if you have a roster spot, I think you go out there and get Josh Reynolds if you're absolutely in need of a wide receiver. Liam says Trey Lance revenge game tonight. He's gonna go crazy in warmups. Hey man, I have a story scenario, right? I mean, totally Dak Prescott pisses the bed. They bench him mid fourth quarter. They put Trey Lance in. He's starting to look real good. He starts the next game. He's starting to look extra well.
It's not gonna happen.
They go all the way to the NFC
It's
Championship
not gonna
game
happen.
to face who? The San Francisco 49ers. You got Trey Lance against Brock Purdy. It's the perfect script. Trey Lance against Brock Purdy. And who prevails? Mr. Irrelevant. Niners go to the Super Bowl. They win.
AJ, just imagine your emotions during a game like that.
Dude, I'll be crying, clapping. I don't know what I'll do. I would be an emotional mess. We'll stream it live if that happens. But Montgomery, Big Money Joe's predicting Montgomery to have a big day. So I think everyone's expecting or waiting for the time for Jahmyr Gibbs to start to get in there, getting some more reps, and just kind of like how Achan did, where he just jumped, right? It's like, boom, I'm the guy now. Where everyone's waiting for Jahmyr Gibbs to do so. I think things are a little different, the coaching staff over there in Detroit, but Montgomery should definitely have a big day over there for for the Detroit Lions, especially with now everyone out and Jahmyr Gibbs out.
I would agree. I think he's gonna have a good day.
If I had to predict it, I think I'd rather say that Montgomery will split the backfield an 80-20 split, and now that Gibbs is gone. But that's just me, getting out there. Big Money Joe says AJ needs to write some movie scripts. Hey, man, I think I do. This is good. Like, I know we're live on a podcast, but I could go in depth with this and how this is going to happen. It's going to be awesome. I think I'll write it out anyways. Reed grabbed him this AM. Yes, I know. Vince and I were talking very early this morning, but I've been talking about Josh Reynolds, I think, for the past 2 days now, right? I've been talking about him like, guys, I need to pick him up. I can't afford to drop anyone. I just put Jonathan Taylor into my my roster because he's no longer in the IR spot. I dropped someone. I can't afford to drop anyone. Then here comes Reed. I'm going to pick him up. He just picks him up right from under my feet.
Listen, I needed a wide receiver to move in there, and he just looked so good. He was just right there. Perfect week. He'll get dropped next week, most likely.
Oh, yeah.
Depending on the Amon-Ra injury. But definitely, I just saw him and I was like, I know AJ wants him. And then as soon as I picked him up, not even a minute later, AJ texts me. He said, "You."
I said, "F you, man," because you knew I wanted him. But geez, hey, it's just the way the cookie crumbles, right? Looking at a strategy,
somebody else did.
Correct, right? You look at it strategy wise. I can't afford to drop anyone, and why would I drop someone who could potentially be something later on in the season for a player who's going to play one game? Right.
I dropped a bum for Josh Reynolds. So,
yes, you did. But going forward, Liam has a question. Should I start Josh Reynolds over Matt Breida? I want to ask you this, Liam. I'm going to answer your question with a question. Do you want to have 10 points, or do you want to take a risk, open door number 2, and possibly have a 16-point game or a 0-point game? That's the question you got to ask yourself. Do you want to for sure get 10 points, or do you want to take the risk and get 16 points or get a 2 point game? That's the question. For me, I kind of like the odds here a little bit. We could get completely burned on this, but for me, I think I'd go Josh Reynolds.
I am also leaning more towards Josh Reynolds. He's been in the league for a while now. He's always just been a number 3, number 4 man on a lot of teams for the Rams, for a few other teams. I think he can definitely do. I'm going to go Josh Reynolds. All right, I've seen this guy play live in Kyle Field before. I believe in him. This is his moment. This is his moment.
Nice, nice. Look at this game, Reed. It's getting kind of frustrating now. You see the Jacksonville Jaguars, they go out there, they get an early lead. It's 11 zip, and then the Bills come out at the end of the second half. Oh, what a play!
Yeah,
The
Ridley's shaken up after that one.
Yeah, he looks bad. But yeah, the Bills come back. They're going out there. They're looking to score points. But in fantasy wise, I think this is extremely dangerous, right? When you put the Bills up against the wall and they are going to completely abandon the running game, right? They're going to be like, you know what? This is not us. We're not going to run the ball anymore. We're going to pass the ball all 3 downs every single time we get the ball. And that's going to be producing a lot of points, not only for Josh Allen, but also for the wide receivers, even for Cooks, who's a pass catching running back. I think this is a great scenario for the Buffalo Bills.
I would agree with that.
Let's not get mad, Big Money Joe. Okay, listen, let's not get ahead of ourselves because, some people here in this chat have Emma Ingram that they need to get more points from. So let's not jump ahead. Let's not get mad at this. But they're just not passing the ball to him.
Nope.
Well, for whatever reason. You can see they try to help him up and really was like pause. Yeah, I mean, that's the name of the game nowadays. I really don't know what's going to happen. It wasn't really a helmet hit. I get it. He led with his shoulder. It was in the back, though. I felt like, for me, it's a clean hit. For me, I'm not into all these new rules, all these protecting the players as far as like, oh, you can't bash them. I'm into protecting the players, Reed. Don't take it out of proportion.
Yeah, you like to hit after 6 yards. I know, AJ.
No, it's within 5 yards. Within 5 yards, you put someone on the ground and no questions asked.
ETN with a big run.
That is big. But Reed, what are your main concerns this weekend for fantasy football players?
My main concerns?
Yes.
What do you mean by that? Sorry.
Like, who are you concerned about in your starting roster? Who are you not confident is going to score any points?
I'm always confident in my team. What do you mean?
Well, I don't know. You just picked up Josh Reynolds today, so you must be starting him over someone that you're not comfortable with. Me, for one, I'm kind of on this up and up with Jacoby Myers, right? I got Jacoby Myers. I have to play him in because Mike Evans is on a bye week. Rashad White's on a bye week. Amon-Ra St. Brown is out for the game. And then, so I got to put someone in. It was either drop Jacoby Myers and get Josh Reynolds or hold on to Jacoby Myers and just hope and pray that he has himself a game. Now, I know I talk very highly about him and I'm going to stick by it, but I mean, it really just depends if Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be playing. And I really hope somehow, some reason they're just like, okay, we're not going to play Devontae Adams. We're going to let him get healthy. And if that happens, I mean, I'm going to be an extremely happy guy.
The person I'm most worried about is going to be Calvin Ridley. I have him in 2 of my leagues, and he has 6 points right now. And it looks like the Jags offense is very much stumbling around and cannot figure themselves out, as AJ is looking at what I was just looking at. T-Law fumble. It went out of bounds, and Bills never got possession, so it is Jags' ball still, but and really did take that shot. I didn't get to see if he was in the game right there. I didn't see him, but definitely worried about Ridley living out. He was it. I don't know. Yeah.
That is just nuts, man. So that he threw it forward, right? So he threw the ball forward, so the ball is live, and it was just a horrible mistake by Trevor Lawrence. I don't think it was. He tried to make something out of nothing. I get it, right? But you're putting your team at huge risk. My team is looking dangerous in the NSP league.
You had to put it twice because you missed the first one.
What?
You put that comment earlier. You skipped over, I think.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that, Liam. Says my team is looking dangerous in the NSP league now that Cup is healthy. Herbert, Eckler, Cook, Madison, Gibbs, Cup, Olave, Ayuk, T, Laporta. That is looking really good, dude. Um, by next week when Herbert comes back as as right now the top uh, QB for fantasy football, I think he just got downgraded right because of Justin Fields, but I mean he's on a bye week with Herbert. This is awesome. That's a good team. Good for you, man. So going forward here, you guys, I get there's not a lot of activity today, compared to yesterday or our Tuesday fantasy football. But we're kind of hoping that hey, just in case anyone has some last minute, talks, we could come out here, go live, help you all out. But I mean, this is just something we're experimenting with. So if y'all do like this, I mean, hit that thumbs up, share the word, and help us get to our goal. We're halfway there. We're looking to get 1,000 subscribers here on YouTube. So stay tuned. On Monday, we will be announcing. Hopefully, we will announce it on Monday because the package should be in. I got a notification 2 days ago that has been shipped. So hopefully on Monday, tomorrow, we'll get the package and see what it is. But if it's something Niners, y'all not getting it. All right, I promise you that.
That's true.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for today. Reed, do you have anything else?
I don't, man. Just hey, say a little prayer for your fantasy team. Hopefully, everybody hits today. We're all gonna do well, right? We're all gonna do well. It's gonna be a good week for all of us.
Exactly. Y'all enjoy your Sundays, and hey, man, let's go out there. Let's wish a Niners victory for everyone. I don't think anyone in this chat is a Cowboys fan. I think Brandon maybe, but
Yes.
let's go Niners tonight. And if they are not doing well or if they don't win, please don't text me, don't message me, don't DM me, don't even think about me, don't expect me to be on the show. I am gone. I am out. I'm done. Okay. Cool. All right. But until next time, you guys keep on grinding. Good luck today.